All right, Apex pilot, have fun with this. Apex driver's like, what the hell did you just get me into? What did you call me into? I should have known. Someone calling me in next to the mafia's main place of business, main military installation. Can you do it? Can you do it? I can't even see how much hold they have. 42, 22. Come on, you can do it. You're gonna blow me up, aren't you? You are a horrible. I need a refund. I need to speak with your manager.
Entering pressurized environment.
Good to see someone new.
I love it, just waves back, and then I'm like, and then, like, this person back there is actually like suspicious looking around. This person's like, oh hi, waves at me. Oh, that was so horrible.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected. Leaving pressurized.
Oh, I need to find another innocent person and like salute them and see what happens. Let's see, I can even prevent you from repairing Ragev.
Oh my gosh! Why?
No repairs for Ragev, apparently.
This is the last one, please.
I like, okay, yeah, I won't do anything. I like how it just kind of dies and it just kept floating and just bounced off his cockpit. Time to dismiss the asp. Yeah, we got time. Who wants a demonstration of some silliness? Yeah, we got our passengers sitting here in the pizzeria having dinner. I'm just gonna get out here on the wing. Yeah, and be a nice pizzeria owner and wave to them. Say hi. It's actually not killing me? What is this? There we go. How did that not kill me until then? That should have like instantly killed me, not waited that long. Well, let's see about dismissing our ships at the same time. Alright, everyone ready to dismiss?
Okay. Yes.
Alright, let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dismiss.
Ship dismissed.
It's like the automated mass jump.
Wow. Holy crap. They all did actually. I half expected them all to just like collide into each other. But no, they all just kind of coordinated that.
Mass jump autopilot mode. That was actually pretty awesome.
Now let's see about recalling them all at the same time.
Oh god, yeah, let's do that. Okay, everyone, ready again? I'll count down again. So now we're coming to Odyssey bases, basically. Oh look, hey, there's one and there's the other. This. Oh my, what the heck? That is more than one person. One, engage. There we go. Bonk. Right. There's an ass scout here. Move, ass scout. Come on. What do you
Alrighty, alrighty. Hello there, everyone. Apologies as my voice still slightly hoarse from the illness over the weekend. And then otherwise, we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a little something different. Been meaning to do some like new player tutorial, returning player tutorial kind of stuff. And bumped into a new player earlier today. So we're gonna help them out with gathering materials and some of the early engineer unlock stuff. They're a returning player, so we're winged up with them already, and they're in chat, I believe, already even. And we're starting here. They need some. They're basically empty on mats, so we're gonna start off with showing them Jameson crash site. And I don't know if you're in here yet or not, Borsch. Hopefully you are. So we're in the system. Kind of winging this too. Didn't have much time to write a script or anything. HIP 12099. That's the system where this Jameson crash site is. I've been doing well. Kira, how have you been doing? And 07 anyone who's in chat so far. Man, my voice sounds so much weird to me. In my mic, I'm not used to it sounding this hoarse. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, HIP 12099. That's where Jameson's crash site is. Very good for gathering data materials, even if it's not wakes necessarily. You can then material trade for them, which is what we're going to do later. And hopefully the lag's not too bad for you, Borsch. Are you in the Twitch chat yet? I assume. Whoop. And so what we want to do, left-hand navigation panel. You'll be over there in the left-hand panel. Ow. Not a mice. With 30 months, it's almost a year.
Nave mustard 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 nave
audio lag to stream okay for you here? Do we want to get in a Discord voice chat? How's the timing difference on when you got that in game and when you heard me say it? But yeah, so the planet is 1 Bravo there. And then you want to go into your left-hand panel, navigation, and then you have the different filters. The one you want here is points of interest. Hopefully that should show you Jameson crash site on the surface. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Did your ship have the detailed surface scanner on it? I don't think that was needed to see the POI. Trying to remember. You might need to, let's get in Super Cruise. Make sure you're in Super Cruise first. I think you actually have to be in Super Cruise for this part.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay. You have the surface scanner. Okay, so what you want to do, put that on a fire group. Over there in the right-hand panel, fire groups. Get the surface scanner on one of the fire groups. And then basically get in that fire group. Should be. However you have that key bound. I'm not sure which control scheme you're using yet. And then you'll want to basically just shoot 2 probes of the planet, kind of like this one, just right dead at the center, and then scroll up one like a little bit past that horizontal line. That should get you fully scanned, and that should definitely show all of the surface points for you. It sounds like you can at least hear me in the Twitch. You just can't be in the chat. Gotcha. See if that gets that to show for you. At least that way you can have it in the future and be able to return here easily. And Kira's on a 7-stream watch streak. Yeah, I ended up just having to cancel the Cyberpunk one just because throat was extra bad that day. That's weird. And then the Discovery Scanner. Maybe that'll do it. Get the Discovery Scanner on a fire group as well, and then honk that. That really should be showing by now. And then make sure in your set navigation filters you have either it's set to nothing or to points of interest. So either just everything unchecked or just points of interest checked. There we go. Okay, so now you're in Super Cruise. Does it show for you now in Super Cruise by chance? Don't miss streams. Gotcha. Oop. Dropped out. Did you manage to find it, or did you just get too close to the planet? You did find it. Okay. I think if I'm right, I'm reading the correct yes, hopefully. Yeah, it might be on the other side of the planet. Hold on. Did I have voice comm thing? Let's see which side were we on. Hold on, let me find myself here again. So I've just been circling. Look. Okay, yeah, it is kind of on the far side of the planet here. It's a little bit in the dark side here. Is that dark side? Yeah, it's dark side. And then we'll just approach down there. I know you went to Farsi earlier, so planetary approach you're comfortable with, I'm assuming. We just glide on down. And then, yeah, just careful coming here and open. Sometimes I know we're in private group, but sometimes people will hang around or out around this one as well. And then this one, what we generally do is we'll get down. You had an SRV, I think I saw on that thing, right? Yours is the Stellar Edition Corsair. And I think I remember seeing it with SRV. If You can borrow one of my others. They'll let you get the data. Okay. Am I still on the wrong side? Yeah, it looks like you're on the far side of the planet from me. You're about a megameter away, which would be about the radius of the planet. So you want to? It'll be on the dark side of the planet, and the gas giant's just above the horizon for us. And then let me launch. Okay, now you're on the right side of the planet. You're straight above me if you come in straight. The main star, or is it else there? That's looking awfully bright there in the distance. All right, and then what we're gonna do for this tutorial is we're gonna land. We're gonna get an SRVs. Technically, you can do this airborne, but you kind of have to know where the things are to do it airborne, because the radar doesn't work as well in the ship for that. But you can do it airborne. That is a strategy. Once you at least know the positions of the things.
Landing gear deployed.
So I'm gonna get out in SRA first, and then you can just land near me once you're down. Message. Oh, jumps. And all these new things with the new CG that's out. We'll probably do tomorrow night. Unimaginably tired right now. Recovery is pain. Yep, have a good. Make sure to rest up. Recovery is always important. But yeah, that's why we always have VODs, just in case people can't catch the whole stream. Especially when I stream for 12 hours, I don't expect anyone to catch that whole stream. But yeah, no, make sure to rest up. That's most important after surgery. So make sure to take care of yourself, of course. Speaking of which, I should drink water. Like a thermos of warm water to hopefully help my throat. It is just so dry here. Yeah, of course. Always glad to have you. And yeah, hope you get feeling better as well. As well as water to the stream. Okay, fine. I'll take another drink then, Anonymous. But yeah, always a pleasure to see you, Kira. Of course, just want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. I'd rather you get out of pain, first, obviously. Let's see. Oh, message. I drop out so far away. Good question, because I can't see your end. There's like a speed limit hitting the glide portion. If you hit the glide portion too fast, it won't interglide. So it could have been that. There's a limit of the angle. Most ships, it's 55 degrees is the angle limit. The new ship that's coming out, it's 75, I think I was seeing with the partners, like Rain Man. That one will do it steeper, but most of the ships, it's 55. So that might have been it there. But thankfully, Corsair is fairly fast, so you should be able just to make your way on down. Thankfully, you're not in like an ASP Scout or a Type 9 with D thrusters. Then it might be like 5 years. So you get refill, drink everything in your room. Yeah, I just need to go to the grocer tomorrow and get more Delsim or something. I like prescription grade Delsim, but I ran out of it. I'm allergic to Tylenol, so I can't take most cough syrups. Is the problem? Because most of them have acetaminophen in them, and I'm allergic to that. But yeah, hopefully I don't sound too scratchy to y'all. In my headphones through my mic, I sound horrible to myself, but you know that could just be I'm not used to hearing myself through the mic in this voice. You know, it definitely sounds different. That's all I could tell. But yeah, no, I was coughing way too much to do that Cyberpunk stream the other day. That would have just been a disaster. Can't see shit. Yeah, it's a tiny little thing. It's a cobra crashing the ground. It's barely anything. But I think default binding for night vision should be N, I believe. Is that the default binding for night vision? I hope it is. If not, it's on the side panel as well, I believe. Under there at night vision. I think it's the same place on the ship. Do you still sound similar? It's been 3 weeks. But do I sound similar? How turn that on in ship? Good question. I think it should be in the same location, but let me just double check for you. I don't know if there was a default keybind for sure. I've custom bound all my keys. All right, in ship, yeah, it's there. Ship panel for top tab, and there should be a thing called night vision, and you can turn that on along with the external lights. And then for if you do need to bind it to a button or such, it should be under controls, ship controls, and then miscellaneous ship lights and night vision, and then there's one for SRV that's the same. Driving miscellaneous, and then oh, maybe not. Where did they put it for the SRV? Oh, just not under miscellaneous for this. It's just under driving, headlights, and what is this categorization, FDev? Where's night vision? I don't see SRV night vision anywhere. So just go off the ship binding. I have to assume it goes off the ship binding. We'll find out in a moment, I guess. I guess I'm gonna just test that real quick. Ship controls. Change night vision from 2 to 0. I don't even know why I have it on 2. Let's see. So 0. Okay, it just goes off the ship binding for the SRV for some reason. Don't know why, but it does. And that's if you want a button binding for that. Otherwise, they're in the same place on the side panel. I will drive on over towards you real quick for now. Ooh, does it not? Let me check. I can get in your chip and check. It should have came with an SRV. Oh, yep, you have an SRV. Okay, so pop in your ship again. This is the back. I've never actually been in the rear ship of Corsair. So, kind of cool. And I'll show you how to deploy the SRV for you. Oh, cool, you got it. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let me pop out and I'll get back in my own SRV. Oh, we got someone redeem the quack redeem. I'm sorry about this, Borscht. I'm going to end all my sins with the quack for 5 minutes, quack. So one of the things here, quack. How you quacking doing, Obsidian quack? All right, so we'll quack on over this way. Towards my ship, basically. Once you got the control, it seems to be stuck. Quack. You should be good there. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it might be a bindings thing. Needs configuration. Possibly too. Okay, so over near my ship is going to be the crash site quack. What I want is quack. Okay. Wanted to get the furniture. Don't need to do that. Okay. Yeah, it seems a little strange. Quack. They just put a bunch of furniture in your room for like a family gathering. They use your room as storage or something. Quack. All right, and so do you help? What happened? Oh, is it just standard old SRV squirreliness? Yeah, they do that. Oh, it won't stop now. Okay, might need to check. There's a driving mode. Hold on. Is that in here? See if you have drive assist off in the right hand panel here. SRV, and then there should be something called drive assist. So that'll make it so the throttle's like really weird for driving. Drive assist should always be off, honestly. I don't know anyone who wants it, because if I...
Drive assist off.
Yeah, you might have had it set up where you're like increasing your throttle or something, maybe. Is that better now? And then the other one, do you have, I guess you don't necessarily need it for this, but turret control could be nice for this if you have it, but it's not necessarily required for this. But if hopefully the SRV is controllable for you now, we'll pop on over here, and then there'll be these comms controls that you can target. So you'll target those. And then you want to have on your fire groups on something, you want to have the data link scanner selected on one of your fire groups. Quack. And then basically what you'll do is you'll target the thing, and whatever that fire group, you hold that trigger. Maybe not the same one as your gun. Although that would be funny. I could see how it works. Let me, I need to be like this. All right, scan. Oh, I can't because I'm okay. Switch cockpit mode. Are you familiar with that binding yet? Do you know what your switch cockpit mode binding is? Because you might need to be in analysis mode if you're not already. If not, the binding should be in controls, SRV controls, quack. Driving mode switches, quack, and then switch cockpit mode, quack. It's like I'm here helping a new commander, and they're probably so confused with me quacking all the time. Quack. Why you do this to me, Obsidian? Quack. All right. Do you get that one? There we go, quack. Or you got it. Okay, you did get the scan. You got the surface. Okay, cool. Or the switch modes. And then there'll be basically there's a few others. Then there's this one here. You'll see this is giving the firmwares. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. There should be, I can't remember the total. And if you want some lore as well, you can scan the actual Cobra itself. It's Commander John Jameson's crashed Cobra. And you get some voiced logs, voiced by the lovely Neil Newbon. As well, you'll get some logs in there. A little bit of lore. And then we have another comms control here. Gonna freak out? What's freaking you out? Oh, is it doing? It's like not do the thing where it won't stop again. I wonder if how you have your throttle bound for your SRV and controls. Let's see, driving throttle. Do you have it as a drive speed axis, or do you have it as like buttons for accelerate and decelerate? Let me see. I'm trying to figure out why that'd be doing that for you.
Drive assist on.
Oh, okay, that could be it actually. Yeah, okay. If I had drive assist and the buttons like that, that does that. That might have been what it was. Okay. I'm buying that because I don't want that. All right, and let's see, where were we? There should be another one here. Did you get? There was another one right over here too. I think when you were first having the freaking out thing. So there's this one. Basically, look, and you basically want to scan all the comms controls. So there's this. Jesus, why is it doing this? Stuck on something. So I scanned that one. Okay, and then there is. So there's like a few around the ship, and then there's these ones in sort of the scraped ground area. The berm or the embankment or whatever. Let's see, my data is full because I did this recently. But you might need to do a few runs of this. By the way, ED Odyssey Materials Helper is actually really great for engineering as well. It basically reads your journal files, tracks what materials you do have and what you will need for a recipe. So that one can actually be really good to get at some point. Now, go and scan all the ones you can while I get that open on my laptop. And then we will see how much that is giving you for materials per run. What this place generally gives that we're going to be really caring about is the modified. Nope. It's not showing them all. It's giving modified consumer firmware, I thought. And I think it gives adaptive encryptors capture. Correct industrial firmware. See what materials we're not getting the wakes here, but we're gonna trade for the wakes for you. My journals here. Back to industrial firmware. Some shield soak. No, that's not nice. Although I was already full, and I think some of the other things it has. Go over to your right-hand panel. And then over here, go down to encoded materials. And then over to filters. And select grade 4 and 5. See if you've filled up any of those. Or have made progress on any of those. And when you're scanning these things, it is in the blue mode, and it kind of does this like where it fills up the bar. Scan. Oh, on the right-hand panel, and then it's should be the fourth tab, the fourth like sidebar tab down to encoded materials. And then go to filters, see if you have any grade 4 and grade 5. So check those. All those say empty. Okay. When you're charting these comms beacons, are you where the interface is blue? Analysis daily scanner says complete. But when you go to set encoded data filters, there's just the filters doesn't even have grades in there. Okay. All right, let's make sure we have everything set. So fire groups, you do have a data link scanner set, and it's on your HUD somewhere, right? Oh. How did I not see that too? I'm dumb for not noticing that in your screenshot. Yeah. Yep. Inventory. Storage is for the on foot stuff. So it'll be inventory. And then see if you have any encoded materials in this one here. Okay, that's actually a good progress so far then. All right, so do you think you've scanned all of the comms controls now on the ground? Okay, so all we're going to do is we will relog. So I'm going to go to the main menu, or actually, and chat, that's going to be a thing. Log out, go to the main menu, and then I'll go to the main menu. I'll sit there for like 30 seconds, and then let you log back in. That way we refresh that instance. And then you'll want to do that 2 more times. Looks like should fill you up on the G5 there. Looks like you got 42 of those on that run. You got 40 of the G4s. So if we do that 2 more times, you should definitely be full. And we can take those to trade for the wakes you'll need. Oh, hey there you are, DeBorsch. Yeah. So this one's pretty straightforward. It's just like a double relog basically. And they've massively increased. This used to be you'd have to relog like 20 times. So it was so bad before, but now it's a lot better. And the high grade emissions, which is what we'll be doing coming up next, also has been massively boosted. And I'll pop in here now again. I don't necessarily need to. I'm actually full on all my stuff. Where? Oh my gosh. I'm in so many groups. Where was my own group? There it is. And I'm probably, hopefully I'm explaining well enough. I'm kind of weird sometimes without a script to trying to explain stuff. All right, let's see. I'm not sure if I'm in the same. Okay, I think I'm in the same instance as you. I see you back there now. Oh, did you accidentally take off with the ship? But yeah, SRV is generally best for this. Or actually, is this? Did you do a main menu log already? I'll send that team invite again so we can have the chat. Yeah, basically just, you'll just relog in the SRV is fine. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Perfect. And then, yep, just run the comms controls again. And then I'm going to kind of show, as you do that, I can kind of show you too. You can technically do this from a ship, but you don't exactly, you don't see where they are. You have to visually find the things. That's why I said earlier, you can do this from the ship, but you kind of already have to know it. Actually, it might be a little weird to do in a Corsair because of the nose. But just to give you an example for future, I'll scan one of these with this. I have data scan. I should do. want something, right? Scanner. Oh, I saw my joystick in the turret mode. Because yeah, when you're in ship, as you see, I don't actually see the comms links on the scanner, so I have to kind of be like, okay, where is the actual thing? Ah, geez, the Corsair might actually be too big-nosed for this. Last time I did this, I was in an ASP. There we go, see, yeah. And then you can actually scan these from the ship as well. But you see, I kind of basically had to know where it already was. But if you really want to be quick, that's one way to do it.
Landing gear deployed.
But maybe not in a Corsair. That nose makes it so you have to kind of go, because the distance is from your actual commander seat. So if you're in like a ship with a big bit of a schnoz like the Corsair here, you have to turn upside down.
Low gravity one.
That's it for storage. Yeah, if you want, you can technically sell this at a station. So yeah, you're totally, if you want to collect the canisters there that are on the ground, they're just random stuff. You can deploy the cargo scoop on the SRV like this. I'll just scoop one of these. I'll show you the bio waste. You don't want this one. This is one you don't want. It's basically worthless. So you'll open the cargo scoop and you just basically just target it and drive into it, and you'll scoop it up like that. Just dump this back out. And the Scarab can hold up to 4 cargo, and then you can just take it over to your ship. Actually, I'll show you that too. That one's kind of the weirder part of it. So grab the cargo, and then you can take it over to your ship. Drive down under where the cargo hatch would be, like where you normally board the SRV. And then what you'll do there, this new system they have, you pop over to inventory. There'll be a transfer button, and you can transfer to ship, or you transfer all to ship basically. And you'll then confirm items transfer, and boom, it goes into the ship. I don't really waste, so. Nobody wants bio waste. Actually, agricultural economies can use bio waste, but that's about it. But it's not worth very much even to them. Always makes the logs unread down here when I come back through here. But yeah, that's what you can do with those. The beryllium could actually be worthwhile. Let's see what else they have over here. Combat stabilizers, battle weapons. You might want to avoid the battle weapons, given that we might be going back to Keltum. It's those are illegal in corporates, so police might shoot at you if you have the battle weapons. So I'd avoid those ones for now. If when we go back to Keltum, that is. Make sure. Okay, so in let me go to full screen so you can see this real quick. Down the lower right, there's the cargo scoop there. So make sure you have that bound on your SRV, or over in the right hand, there should be a way to deploy this. Yep, you can lower, retract it there. Make sure it's lowered. And then make sure to have the thing actually targeted that you want to scoop. And that should scoop it up. There should be a keybind for target. I'm not sure what it would be on your stick or whatever. But if you need to check what it is, it should be under controls, SRV controls, driving, targeting, and then literally the only thing in there. You set that to whatever stick, whatever button you want it to be on your stick or your mouse or your keyboard. You said you were using a what was it? The Cytec X52? Was it? I think you mentioned somewhere earlier today. So you might just need to set that to be able to know what the target is, or just refresh on what it is. And then to target, when you want to wait till you're like have the little gray box over it. Ow. Bump. Did it start doing the throttle thing again? Pretty sick jump, though, at least. I'm not sure if he's having the throttle issue again or if he's just hooning. Okay, they're fun now that you control. I was gonna say, it was like you hit that ramp like a pro. I was like, heck yeah, 10 out of 10. Judge panel. We'll just use the ramp. The ship of the most famous commander in history is a ramp, Not that this is some sacred historical site to the Pilots Federation or anything. Nah. But yeah, how's your material accounts doing? If you got a scan on everything, on there, see what we got for the material accounts now, if any of them are full. Full on adaptive and atypical. Perfect. Okay. Those were the G4s, G5s, I think. So that should be good. That should be able to trade enough for what we need. Really, you're gonna need 5 for each grade, I think. You're not G1 yet. All right. So next thing we'll want to do is try and go to a material trader for the encoded. Hey, Desi, how's it going? What you getting up to? I can't see what you're fishing. It's behind my ED Discovery. You can see it over there, I guess. Barracuda. But yeah, Desi, we're here with our new squad member, Borsch. showing the details of material gathering and engineering, and streaming it for benefit of anyone else as well. So, and let me find where the nearest encoded material trader, which inara.cz, you're already familiar with, is a good resource for that. But if anyone is watching this VOD later and is not familiar with that, that is the website is CZ. A lot of helpful searches for Elite Dangerous can be done in there. And so what we're looking there is looking for data on their thing, and then it's search nearest. We're looking for nearest station service as material trader. You. Not anywhere near us. Oh, I'm on the account. Like, why is he giving me a Colonia location? Do. Because my other commander's out in Lagoon Nebula, so it was showing me some material trader out near there, which was like Colonia. Like, or it is Pure somewhere, probably one of the stations, like or something, I imagine. Where I'm. Wait, is someone in my YouTube chat? I got a. Wasn't a red flash. What was? Oh, we got the ad starting soon. Okay, that's right. I coded that to let me know. Make that a more obvious color, I guess. All right, so we have 3 minutes for the ads. So nearest encoded material trader is in Dia Guandri. Pop that in here for you. I'll pop in the chat as well. Dia Guandri. So one ahead over there. And I'm going to stop at my carrier first, because the ship I need to get into for the material trading part is a different one. How to get back into the ship, the Scarab. Perfect question. Let me pop out and I'll demonstrate. All right, so kind of up around here. So we're outside the ship. There's going to be this orange square area there. We want to drive into right under it until the board ship button down there in the right is blue. Then you go down and second sidebar tab there, and then there'll be a board button. Click that. Then I'll pull the SRV back in. And so, a good timing because the ads are about to hit, so as long as you're able to get in there. Let me approach close. There should be the rectangle under there. And then the menu, there should be a menu down on your lower there. You want to click board. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, ads are about to hit, and if you want to fly to that system here, well, the ads play and I switch ships. That is decent timing because you probably won't, unfortunately, be able to hear me in the ads. Actually, I should probably make it so you can hear me in the ads. So you're kind of part of this. Oh, Turbo. Perfect. I was about to gift you a sub just since you're part of the content. I'll still gift you, though. I said that I should.
Landing gear retracted.
As a token of appreciation, either way, for the assistance of being able to show this off live. I've been meaning to. I've just never had a real a victim, so to speak, with being able to show it off more live and directly have a direct right back sort of feedback. You know what I mean? That's always good. Alright, I'm going to pop up to my ship, and I need to get into my, I think it was my Type 8 that I can do material collection on. If I remember correctly, earlier you said you already have a collector limp controller, correct? Oh my gosh, I have that way overturned, apparently. I have attacked myself. I have that set way too high. A collector limpet controller. I think you mentioned you had one earlier. But just to make sure, once I get to my ship and outfitting here, I'll be able to show you. You have operations. Operations, I think, has that in there, if I remember correctly.
Please request docking permission before approaching a landing zone.
Operations multi. Sure. Okay, yep, that's collector, hatchbreaker, and recon all-in-one controller is what that is. Equivalent to a C grade, I think. So not as efficient as necessarily a dedicated collector controller, but it'll definitely get the job done. That is perfect. That is what you'll need. You'll just want to get a fire group set with the collector in the fire groups, because the fire groups will show a collector, a recon, and a hatchbreaker. And then, yep, and when you're at Ray Gateway in Diaguandri, you'll be able to... Did I somehow start a hype train on my own? What is happening here? Did I self-hype train myself somehow? But yes, once you're at Ray Gateway in Diaguandri, you'll want to go into advanced maintenance, and then you'll be able to pop down to restock limpets, and you can purchase limpets there. Oh, was Desi doing the streak? I must have a chat lag then. 20 stream streak. That's almost a month. Actually, that's probably more than a month, honestly. Probably like, how many streams do I do in a month? Do 3 a week. What? So that'd be what? 12 a month. So yeah, that's like 2 months. SLF engineers went right. Let's see. So I need to get my type 8 for the next part, for what we're doing with the materials. And I will join you here at Ray Gateway Diagwandri here momentarily as well, now that I'm in this ship. Five jumps.
Landing plan disengaged. Restrict speed until clear of our carrier.
Diagwandri is a good direction too, because that heads back towards Kelton, so that's kind of good for what we'll need for the next section as well. We want a mixture of like Empire and Federal and other systems that we can gather from.
Speed restrictions have been lifted.
These different types of materials come from high-grade emissions in different types of systems. What we're going to need to acquire. Military supercapacitors is one we definitely want to look at for you. The type. Oh, these things up here. Look, those boys. I like them. They're really kind of cool. Yeah. For what it is, it's kind of the forks. But yeah, I mean, obviously, teach their own on it. Everyone has their preferences and whatnot. Some people like different ships and not like other ships. I think it looks lovely and industrial for sure. Type 10 looks like a Corvette. A turret boat, but looks like a brick with a super Swiss bridge. See, I love how the Type 10 looks. I think it's different. I like how different it is for a combat ship. It's like that, the improvised, like, we took, like, I like a, post-apocalyptic, like, improvised vehicles, right? We took a semi-truck, we put guns on it. Like, the Type 10 is that. Like, let's see, a Ray Gateway in Diagwandri. Make sure with the Discovery Scanner, do the Discovery Scanner honk to get the data for the system. And then Ray Gateway should show up under stations. And you should also be able to see it on the system map. So once I get there in a moment. Agreeable overload.
Shift drive charging.
Final jump to Diagwandri. I'll be in there in a moment. Big star on this one, apparently.
Frame shift drive charging.
water. Okay. And then yeah, basically do the honk like this. Oh, he good. Cool. Okay, he found the Ray Gateway. Perfect. So we just need Ray Gateway here. Then we'll go over there. Overshot that a little bit. I thought that was going to drop me with doing teammate nav lock, but it did. Apparently, did not. Oh, he's not actually there. He's in Super Cruise still. Okay, that'd be why. I thought he was dropped in already. There we go. Now we get dropped on there. We just got to dock in with here. In this station here now.
Lincoln Kilo Bravo Romeo. We've prepared a landing pad for your arrival, Commander. Welcome to our station. Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 1-8.
Try not to interfere with their ship as we go in. Don't tell me I picked the wrong Type 8 too, didn't I? I'm a dum-dum.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
It was a Type 8 that I needed, not this one. The Iguandric has probably a control on, but I can just stick on here though. I'm dumb.
Landing gear deployed.
I'll do a quick little BRB on myself.
Touchdown confirmed. Docking restraints engaged. Welcome to our starport, Commander.
Alright, perfect. And I'm back. So, funnily enough, I actually grabbed the wrong Type 8. So, I actually had to put a collection limit controller on this. It was a Type 8 on my Care, not this one that I needed to grab. So, I have to modify this slightly. So, what what generally people need is an operations multi-limpet controller or a collector limpet controller. Make sure this is one of those pre-engineered ones. And we'll put that on there. Why am I doing it on a 6 anyways? I don't know. I didn't even have class 6. What am I doing? You have class 5. Let's take a collector limpet controller on. This you won't need to do. This is just me being dumb and grabbing the wrong ship. All right, so to fill up limpets, what you want to do is go over here to advanced maintenance. And since we're just gathering materials, you can just fill it on up. It's whatever you don't use, you can sell back. So there's no risk of just filling it completely up.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Outside of it lowering your jump range, I guess that could be an issue. But I think honestly our jump ranges are similar now. Why is it still thinking I'm in an SRV? There we are. Yeah, you actually have the same jump range as me now. Actually, it's slightly better than mine in this ship. Why is my jump range so crap in this ship? What the hell? Thought I had that. You're better. What design choice was for making limpets cargo, not ammo, like ballistic ammo? Yeah, I'm not terribly sure. And then, so what we want to do for the materials that we gathered at Jameson, though. So this is the material trader portion. Once you get those limpets filled, you want to go into contacts. And then you go to material trader. And then what we're going to want for Farseer, for what you need. Let me actually pull our thing because I need to account for you needing 5 of each. Not what each is telling me. Increased range, we're going to want... So you want to make sure you have at least 5 of these. Actually, no. 5, 10. So I'm trying to simulate it in there, but you want to at least have 10 of these atypical disrupted wake echoes. And you can cross trade. So what you want to do for that is find the ones we have. That was the adaptive was one of those, right? So you click on that. Or actually, sorry, the other way around. Click on the thing you need and then go to something that you have. If it's like a G5 like this, you get 27 for 2 of those. And so you should just be able to click once, get 27 of these atypicals, disrupted wake echoes. That's how the material trader works. And then what you'll likely need... Hey, farmer boy, how's it going? So you'll definitely need like 10 of the atypical disrupted wake echoes. Maybe get a few extra just to be safe. And I should probably actually see if you're chatting with me. Okay. There. And then the grade 2 requires those chemical processors, which is going to be a manufacturing material. We'll be getting stuff for that next. Strange Wake Solutions. Need probably 3. Try to get 15 Strange Wake Solutions if you can. In the chat, so you can... And there'll be material traders near Farseer if we underpredict, but trying to at least make it so we don't have to revisit any. Center hyperspace, try to also get, or try to get 10 of those. And then I think for G5, you'll need data mine wake exceptions. So if you cross trade for some of those as well, not the most efficient to cross trade, but as you saw, Jameson's super easy to fill up on these other ones, right? It's adaptives. So, and we don't need the adaptives necessarily at the moment. So cross trading them is not an issue. So we could be like, I keep playing on, click the data mine wake, and it'd be like this, trade like 24 of them. Well, you'll need at least. You'll need at least 5. Possibly more. See if you can get try to go 7. See if that's going to be enough. Got all those. Okay, cool. And then, you know, if we underpredicted, there's material traders all over. There's ones right next to Desiat, so it's not that big of a deal. But that hopefully I've predicted correctly. My EDOMH, my ED Odyssey Material Helper, is assuming for my character who does have Farseer fully unlocked, so obviously it's not giving me what you need. But I think it's like 5 rolls each when you're leveling up. So the next thing we're doing, you got all the limpets. And what we're going to do, we want military supercapacitor. I'm going to check on these ones. I think were war. Okay. Hope we get a message. Do we need firmware? Let me check the experimental. For the frameshift drive engineering, it does not use firmware from what I'm seeing. So we should be fine on that. Yeah, it's pretty much all the wake stuff for the FSD. Other stuff leaves firmwares, but that's also a good one to trade from too in this case because we won't need the firmware. And then what we're going to want to look for the material trading is, I know one of the lower things under military supercapacitors is one of the things you'll need. So that's going to be a good first thing for us to tackle. And those come from systems that are in war. And we're going to want to look for systems that are in war that are not Federation or Empire, because there is some other materials that just spawn in Empire and Federal systems. So those will preempt what we're looking for. And the different materials have different ones. In this case, military supercapacitors is war. So we'll go in here. We'll look for the state filter, and we're going to look for war or civil war. Neither of those work. Yeah, that's Federation though. Independent, MCC 378. Good, and Hyades if we need it. Because these, the high grade emissions don't always spawn. It's kind of the tough thing with these. If these ones are actually, independent. Those ones are closer. Let's go to these. And because another one we're going to go for is Imperial stuff. I know this is all Imperial. So let's pop over to this BD plus 21 717. And we will try to scan and find what is called a high-grade emission.
Departure authorized.
My actual collector into a fire group here. Perfect. Well, actually, I technically don't need collectors, so I'm going to let you gather first. I'll put it in just so I can gather after you do, though. There should be enough in these things for both of us, to be honest. So, that's not at all unusual. There's like 100 plus of these dang things, and each one gives like 3. So once you find one, you're set. It's just finding the one.
You are clear of the station. Flight control out.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, and as over on the YouTube side, Firefly Water did say it is always more efficient to trade horizontally. That is something I forgot to mention. That is good to know. But it's not always feasible. Other stuff like that. The reason in this case we weren't trading horizontally is because wakes, as I mentioned in Discord earlier, are just horribly annoying to gather. So in this case, it's faster to just go do a run at Jameson, go to a material trader, trade it, go do more Jameson if you want wakes, honestly. Like, you can fill up your wakes from cross trading like at half the time you could fill up by actually scanning the dang wakes. Yeah, I'm gonna show him how he'll find it. Since we're in a wing, technically if I do find one, he can drop in on me, to be fair. But for tutorial purposes, I'm going to show them.
Frameshift drive charge.
At least I think like if I drop in on the thing and then he drops in, it should give him in the same instance. I've never actually done that, but point of this tutorial, we're going to show you how to do it on your own. Hey, Dirgo Boncho. I mean, most of my mats from mission rewards, those are good too. That the mission work was good. So missions also give materials. That is a good thing to mention as well. In this case, if you're just going out for specific mats, this is also a good method. And in this case, player we're working with here is starting from no mats. They had no mats of any kind when we started. Because last time they played, I think, was early 2017. They're a returning player, and so we're getting them up with all the new features and stuff. They didn't even have engineering unlocked. And so this is kind of what we're working on today, showing them how that works, getting the materials up, getting their ships from 2017, then start working on getting those engineers unlocked. Oh yeah, no, the buff is amazing. The high-grade emissions, like you used to have to go to like 20, 30 high-grade emissions to fill up. Now you just go to 1. And same thing with Jameson too. So you saw you got your mats, Borscht, filled up in 2 runs with Jameson. It used to be you'd have to sit there and log for like an hour and relog like 20 times. It was ridiculous before. And they fixed that last year, like about a year ago. I think it was right when Power Play came out, right? If I remember correctly, it was about a year ago when the Power Play 2.0 changed. Yeah, the raw materials now, those used to be the best ones. Now they're the worst ones. They used to be the best ones because they're the only ones that had a nice, reliable place to go to get them. It was the crystalline shards. But now, they all do, sort of. The data's still a little weird on some of like the wakes. But the crystalline shards are so far away. So for reference, the crystalline shards only spawn in edge regions of the galaxy, so not in Inner Orion Spur. So you have to, the closest from the bubble is Sanguinis Rim. And what's funny on that is I actually, with new colonization, I have the only populated system that has crystalline shards right here. I think this one's mine, right? Yeah. Oh wait, no, that should be mine. Oh, have I not visited on Kez? On my other character, this is mine. I just haven't apparently visited on this character. I have 2 commanders. I have more than 2 commanders, actually. But yeah, this is... Oh, there it is. It just took forever. But yeah, this system actually has crystalline shards there and there, and according to EDSMs, it's still the only populated system with them. The crystalline shards with the raw materials. Anything Guardian, you definitely cannot populate. Those are considered invalid. But yep, I have my lovely station Stone Ground Mustard there.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, it's a nice little... that's why I keep asking FDIP, like, can we have material traders in our colonies? Because, like, if I could set up a raw material trader in Stone Ground Mustard, the station there, like, oh, that'd be beautiful. People would just be able to go there. They'd get those 2 types, go trade them for the other things, just go get those types filled up again without having to go to some other system. And that, Borscht is probably what I was talking about, the field trip we could possibly do on Sunday if you're around. That'd be an off-stream thing, but I could take you out there on the carrier. Yeah, you get raw mats a lot when mining too. If you like mining, you usually fill those up too. All right, so we are both here now in BD 21717. Do you already have the binding or familiar with the way to get into this mode yet, Borscht, or do you... Why is my energy bus not working? There it is. Yeah, do you already have familiar with what the binding is to get in here? It's a new feature I know for you, Borscht. So I don't know if you actually have familiar with how to get into that yet. What even was this? Called? It's under full spectrum system scanner, so you want to make sure this stuff is bound if not already. Let me see if they're chatting. It's kind of weird. The old fields. The old fields are, yeah, they're gone, but it's not an issue. They're all over the place, and you can just fly around, but you'll find a forest eventually that are a decent cluster of them. Okay, so what you want to do, Borscht, go into options, controls, ship controls. This is going to be really useful for exploration as well. Full spectrum system scanner. The binding for getting in there? Put that somewhere else, didn't they? Enter FSS. Okay, first go under mode switches, and then enter FSS mode. You want to get that bound to something so you can get into that mode. And then go down to the actual expansion for full spectrum system scanner. And bind the camera pitch, the camera yaw. I have just, like, for me, I have that just bound on my main stick. I'm just like this and that. Too much. Yeah, that's Thanksgiving for you, farmer boy. Zoom into target, you'll want to have that selected. I just have that on my trigger. Zoom out, I have on a push out trigger that my stick has, but you can have that whatever you want to zoom back out. And then you can select from either tuning or absolute tuning. I like absolute tuning because I have it on an axis. So basically I just tune it like a radio knob. I just just wherever I am on the axis corresponds to the chart, which you'll see. That's what I like. But you can also have it be like an axis where when you just press it forward, it increases and back. That's what the tuning is. I find that awkward, but it's personal preference. I know people that like tuning. I know people that like absolute tuning. And then the discovery scan. You want to have a binding for that. That's the honk. And then, of course, a way to leave. So those are the ones you want to... and target. Print signal. That one's optional, but it lets you just target a body from right in there. But those are the ones that you'll want to at least have a binding for and know what it is. Yep, happy Thanksgiving as well, Nelsaru. Is it just for exploration? No. So we'll be using it right now to find signal sources, is what we'll actually be using it for here. And so once you have those bindings, you'll see. So what I'm doing here is I'm in there. I've already done the honk, which is that the discovery scan binding that I told you about. That's what I did before. And then now I have my access with my radio tuning, which goes like this. Yeah, you'll need the signal sources because what we're looking for is what's called a high-grade emission. And so, like, see, this one's a degraded emission. So that's not what we want. You had a joystick, right? If I remember correctly. You said it was it the Cytec X52? Or is that what you said? Let's try it. It has like a throttle on it, right? You basically just keep scanning them all. You find high grade, which may or may not show up. Let's just scan that. But yeah, Borsch, is it a stick you have? Basically, to give you an idea of what the bindings I did on mine, I'll go back in there real quick. Guys, it's nothing too crazy. It just looks weird. So, under mode switches, for enter FSS mode, I have like a throttle quadrant, but if you put just like a key on your keyboard, that should be fine. Like F, I guess, if you don't already have F bound, would make sense. I can't see the chat in there. And then basically what I have for there, for camera pitch, I just have my forward and back on the stick. Camera yaw, I have just left and right on the stick. Zoom in is my trigger. Zoom out's just another button on there. Absolute tuning is like a throttle axis I have, but if you had like a actual throttle axis, that works definitely for that. And then leave SSS, I just have as like the same thing matches my menu button that I go for like navigating back out of menus. And that's pretty much what would make most sense for it, honestly. But I'll try to show finding one here. You see, it's also like if you're in an export system, you can find gas giants this way, other planets by tuning into them. So that's what that is. The higher parts. We're just looking down at the lower parts, really. I just haven't actually discovered this system yet, so I'm getting planets in there too. So I'm just gonna grab those, grabbing any signals that are here. And I'm just clicking in, zooming in and zooming back out on them. Stress calls, and you're looking for something called high grade emissions. well, it's called the dang planet scanned. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm just, for some reason, I was just like to that. You can also, if I remember correctly, scan the nav beacon. You can just actually drop in on the nav beacon. And I think scanning that should then show all signal sources. So let's go ahead and drop over there. Menu DPI drop by 1 billion when you're in this thing. I don't know. Like the menus get blurry? Guys, let's try dropping the nav beacon. So usually it's already discovered systems that I'm doing this in, so it's usually not too slow to just scan in that mode. Oh, the mouse sense. I don't know. I don't use it with the mouse. I guess that is also an option. There's various ways you can have that all set up and fine-tune it to your liking. That's right, okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm gonna have to go back into Super Cruise, right?
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
That should show me all the, yeah, all the signals should be done. Some interest out of there. Alright, so yeah, I don't see high-grade emissions here. And that shouldn't be any more of those, right? That is concentrated signal source, which should be cares. Yeah, the nav beacon is what I ended up scanning there. I forgot that actually could be done. I just kind of always do it the other way. So, and that's kind of this thing. It's a chance-based thing. So what we got to do is we got to find the next system with war. And we'll pop over to Tasher, BVY, B2 here. And we will see if that can, to the nav beacon. I just dropped into it and scanned the nav beacon. Need to show that on the next one then as well. What do you mean by which, like, on the nav beacon? I didn't have to do any special scan. You just have to target it and look at it for like 10 seconds, and then it downloads the data. So there isn't like a special scanner or anything you have to hit that with. So I'll show that here again real quick. Once it lets me in the next system, that is. Yeah, you basically target the actual beacon. Alright, so nav beacon. There we go. We'll target that, and then we'll go over to that and drop in on it. And then I'll just wait in this instance for you when you pop over. Approach it slowly here once we get to the drop range. And one mate. There we are. Alright, so I pop in, and then I will target the nav beacon, the actual physical navigation beacon, and I just sit there while it says scanning over there in the lower left.
Body 1. May host a new personal codex entry. Body 2. May host a new personal codex entry.
Alright, there we go. Okay. Up to get the, Oh. I guess there's some security trying to interdict you. Okay, good. You're winning the interdiction. Alrighty. Oh, it's awake. Alright, yep. And then it's, if you can pop over to the system I'm in, and then drop in on the nav beacon. Yeah, these guys are wanted. Lean by EXO. We are in this system here. Should hopefully be able to see me right next door on the galaxy map, slightly up from you. You should see me, this blue icon there with the circle and the 3 dots should show where I am, and you'll have the green friend icon under it as well. Hopefully it shows that. Will he be wanted? Guy. Go 45, just got our cannons reloaded. Man, system security are liking you, aren't they? There we go. I know, I hate system security too. They're so annoying with that interdiction crap. Wait, then once you drop in here, where's the gun again? It's kind of a muddy instance now, though, to be able to... Easy, okay. Oh heck yeah, I'll kill them too. Who's the Allied Oni Access Party? Okay, yeah, I don't care. I we should just kill whoever those guys are. They're annoying. Assault ship? Is this guy attacking the Conda? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright, perfect. Okay, so the nav beacon, you want to target that. Should be in your left-hand panel of contacts if you don't already see it. Why am I targeting you? I don't want to target you. Nav beacon. Where is that on the dang radar? Where's the dang... There, under contacts, navigation beacon. Apparently the thing's not in the center of the signal. But it'll be right here. So target this thing. This thing right here. And I'm shooting at. Alright, there. Target that bad boy. And then let's sit at it and stare at it for like 10 seconds until the panel on the lower left will say scanning and it'll have like a spinning wheel. Wait till that's done. Once you have it targeted. And then, wait, did me shooting that actually constitute a crime? No. Anyways. Alright, and then once the scan is completed, we should jump back to Super Cruise, and we should each be able to see our signal sources in the navigation. And hopefully one of us will have a high-grade emission.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Alright, then yep, once back at Super Cruise, go over here, navigation. Set the filters to just signal sources, and then look through here, see if we see high-grade emissions. High-grade emissions right there. So that's what it'll look like when you pop out. See if you happen to have one of your own. That way you can actually have first-hand, on-hands experience with it. If not, we'll go to this one, and you'll drop in behind me. Basically. But see if you find your own. Don't see high grade emission in yours? Okay. Alright, follow me on out to this one. If I drop into this first, I think you should be able to follow me in since you're in a wing. If I remember correctly. All right, looks like ads are starting in about 5 minutes. And then once I drop, you should be able to target my wing signal. There we go. I am in there now. So you should be able to target my signal. We have military grade alloys here for some reason. I think those are also caused by. All military grade. Okay. That is good. That is also something that we can always side trade for if needed. The military supercapacitors are what we're specifically going for, but war just has against either of these. Do I even need these myself? I'm even low on the supercapacitors myself. Yeah, that's why we went to an independent system, so because otherwise you get Imperial shielding or core dynamics composites if it's federal, or or core dynamic composites or Imperial shielding if it's Imperial. But war and civil war give either military grade alloys or military supercapacitors. It's just like a 50-50 on those. So we ended up getting military supercapacitors or military grade alloys. We're looking for military supercapacitors. Would be ideal for Borscht because it would allow the horizontal trading. But either way, it's not really that big of a deal. We're starting off with just Felicity getting FSD started. So that first example, doing a little cross trading is not that big of a deal. We'll probably hit another war system or two, see if we can get those supercapacitors though. Time pending. I only have an hour left on stream though. That's oh, you do have a high grade. Oh, not high missions threat. No, do you see my high missions threat something else? Do you see my wing signal under your contacts? You'll go to left hand panel contacts. You should see team signal. Kezika. Try and target that. Because it'll be about 5,783 light seconds from you. Wing beacon should be on. Should be team. Really? You don't see that. But you did say in your navigation panel you saw something that said high grade emissions, threat 0. 15. Okay. Yeah. Drop into if it says high grade emissions, drop into that. See what you get. Drop into there and then see what's all in your contact list. If it says military grade alloys or military supercapacitors. Military grade alloys. Perfect. Okay, so you are at one of your own. We're in two separate ones, which is perfect. We can both loot these. And so, thing you want to do, get your fire group that has the collector, right? Get that ready. Get kind of in there. You don't have to get too close. And then, I don't think you actually need to deploy hardpoints. Get your cargo scoop deployed. There, which if you have a keybind, I don't know. But if not, right there in the ship menu, top of the panel, and make it say lowered. And then once you got that, if you're on the collector limpet controller one, just hit that. It'll start dropping your collector limpets out. Just keep holding the trigger until it stops saying collector drone programmed, or what did it say? Something like that. So keep dropping those, and then you'll see here, collectors just get to work. And then you'll just sit there and wait until they stop scooping anything. You can come over to your inventory. And you go to materials, filter it for grade 5 and manufactured. And you can just, you'll find military grade alloys in there. And see, I was already almost full, but you can, as they scoop, you'll just see that thing ticking up. And once it reaches 100 of 100, you should be good on that one. That working? Any questions? See, mine already says no space for material. That tells you when once it's done. There on the top right. So basically, you have cargo scoop deployed. Fire collectors basically don't have anything targeted. Otherwise, otherwise the collector will go just grab that one, and then it'll come back and die. So in this case, you don't want anything targeted. You just want to drop the limpets out and let them do their thing. And I have your team signal. What are you now?
Deploy cargo hatch.
Not sure why my team signal didn't show up. But worked out in the end. I'm getting low on fuel. Boom. Okay, see. Now I'm in the instance with you.
Target shields offline.
Oh. Why'd your shields go offline? We'd have a limpet out. It's circling. It's the cargo scoop out. On your right hand panel, does it say cargo scoop lowered? No, okay, so your cargo scoop's not deployed at the moment. That's gonna be a thing you'll want to make sure over here on the right hand panel. It says cargo scoop lowered. There you go. I think was that it opening? Perfect. Very appropriately colored ship too. I didn't even notice it was red earlier when we were at Jameson because night vision. Very borscht. And then and then that should just keep ticking on up. And then this all becomes so secondary in nature, you forget stuff like the Navsky speak and scanning even being a thing.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Go, and then that should fill up. Get a few of that there. Our Type 8 with our lovely Torval banners here. Get the music vibes while we watch this going. Just make like a lo-fi channel with this, right? Like the elite version of Lo-Fi Girl. Yo, lo-fi beats to material acquire too. That could be an idea, right? Okay, yep. Looks like they're in a circle formation, so I imagine it said you're full. As it looks like they stopped putting them in. Out of space, gotcha. Yeah, the spoiler's nice too. I think I have that. I have the other ship kit for the Corsair on mine. I like the one that has it like makes the there's like a flares on the bottom of the nose. That's the one I have. It's the Gladius pack. But I was wanting to get this one too because like mixing in the what's this thing? No, there's like one of the you get like a flying buttress on one of the nacelles, and then there's like this little thing that extends to the wing. Getting that mixed in with the Gladius pack one would look so nice. Yeah, it's not the one that comes with the Stellar, unfortunately. It really I wish it was, because I think the flares on the bottom really round out the design, makes the nose look so much more fleshed out. But yeah, that's definitely a whole nother ship. And we have the Caspian Explorer coming out next week too. So if that interests you as well, save up for that, of course. That thing looks really nice. I want to try. For anyone in the stream, real quick, this might have been around, might not have been around back when we did Celebration of Early Astronomy 5. We went into the real star cluster called Caldwell 1. And it's a 480 light year jump to get from this system here, Ploia, the YQU, up to NGC 180 SMV 4385. And it's this whole cluster up here. Why is it not showing? The Galaxy map is so weird sometimes. Where is it? There it is. There's this whole cluster up here, and it's a real cluster, Caldwell 1. It has like about 300 plus stars in it. And with the Caspian Explorer, you can now get into this cluster without a carrier. Now, you can't get back out without a carrier. It's a whole other problem. But hey, you can get in there, and you'll have 300 systems you can explore before you have to cross that bridge. Oh, hi. Howdy. All right. So do we go sell stuff, or we're going to try to hit what we really want is military supercapacitors would be optimal, because that'll allow for the horizontal trading. But if we can't get those, it's whatever. So what we're going to try and do is we're trying to go back to that system we were at before. This is basically a good way to do it, because you're both war and they're not Federation or Imperial. So we're going to pop back over to that one, see if we can scan the nav beacon, get data again, and see if we can get a high grade with military supercapacitors. Because that's the one you're really going to want to use. You're full on the military grade alloys, but not the military grade supercapacitors. It's a different material. So we're going to try and see if we can find one of those for you. We'll do that real quick. If not, then we can go to a trader and we'll just see what we can trade on the manufactured materials there. Yep, nope, that's not a cargo thing. With the materials, they all everything has its own limit. So there's all these different grades and stuff, but they all just have a limit, and no matter what ship you're in and whatever, they just come with you. It's just it's the materials you have. That's the nice thing about those.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, there's not a total limit on these. Each one just has a limit. So, for military grade alloys, we're at a full, but my core dynamic composites, I only have 5 of those. So, but you can be stock full of every single one. Same thing, basically, same exact thing. The war systems have a 50-50 chance of either military-grade alloys or military supercapacitors. And optimally, if we can get you capacitors, it's better, because what you need for the recipe is... join me. I think. Oh, maybe. Maybe it wasn't this. What did I have on there that needed the capacitor? Oh, maybe I saw something wrong earlier. But either way, filling you up on those is good. So see if you can drop in the nav beacon again, find another one of those high-grade emissions. But yeah, nav beacon thing again over here, same system we were in before. So on your system map, you'll just see kind of this dotted line that goes back. That's just the system you were previously in. BD21, looks like you're there now, I think. Sense of whimsy. Spamming grade 1 upgrades. That's a method. If you really need to use it, I guess. I didn't even know grade 1 would be giving experience past like grade 4 on the thing. It must be moving so minimally. I always thought it was just not moving. It must be just minimally moving.
Great drive charging.
And then, yep, same thing. On there, drop in, find the nav beacons, look at it. Let's let you do that one this time. And I don't see any high grade emissions this time. I'll double check in here. Yes, I don't have any low signals. Oh, that's right. I had the teammate nav lock on still. All right, here we go. Okay. Yep. Why do I not see the physical nav beacon in here? What is going on here? It's a weird instance. I'm assuming it's showing for Borscht. They do seem to be looking at something, I think. I think my instance is just screwy. Maybe. Did you actually see the physical nav beacon, I hope? You don't either. Okay. This instance is screwed up. Let's just jump to Super Cruise. Then something's bugged here. It should be showing up, but it's not for some reason.
3, 2, 1.
That's what we call game is perfect, no flaws. Alright, see if we can drop in on that again for you. I don't know if it did. Yeah, I'll let you drop in on that. I'll just stay out here. I had my nav teammate nav lock engaged before. I don't need to do that, so I'll let you drop in on it. I don't see any anyway, so it doesn't do me any good. 215. Okay. Now I'm gonna do something here real quick. I'm gonna jump our carriers back over to Keltum now. so that your ships can be over there. Than my own personal carrier. All right, see if you happen to get any high grade emissions there on there for you. It's like so humid in my thermos. Like, whenever I start to take the drink from the thermos, it reminds me of a swimming pool because it's like so humid. I put warm water in there just to help my throat. All right. I assume you found something. It seems you're headed towards something. I need to refuel. Oh my gosh, I'm low on fuel. Where's their station? I'm gonna refuel while you head to that. I assume you found a. Ooh, they have a Dotec here. Heck of a name. Yeah, I assume you found one, so I'll let you go to that and I'll refuel in the meantime. They got something orbiting crossways here too. That's interesting. Let's see. I wonder, is this going to be a no truss, a 5 truss, or a 10 truss tow deck? I assume Borscht found something. All right, what did you get over there? Is it military grade alloys or military supercapacitors by chance? Shield drop down. Perfect capacitors. Yeah, scoop up those babies then. And then after that, we're gonna go over to another system that we might be able to get something else in, but then we'll also be able to material trade in. Wait, I had to check something. I think can't remember the system I'm thinking of is manufactured or encoded. Was it? Was actually okay. That's not what we need then. We'll go over there though because we want to shielding. Manufactured. We just hide all the gray dots and manufactured around here. Let's find it. Oh, there was one closer than that. Federation. 1483. Why is that showing? Let's say that one should be. That one should be East India Company. Oh no, it's ISDFs. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll go over there next. Okay. And yeah, they're be careful of the wreckage around there. And eventually something you'll be able to engineer is shields. And I think I saw that came with bi-weave shields. And that's, oh my gosh, yep, it's a deck trust.
Lincoln, Kilo Bravo, Romeo. You must submit a docking request before...
So majestic looking though. But yeah, then after you scoop the stuff there, we're gonna go over to no, I'm just refueling. The station we're gonna go to, if you want to start heading there, is LTT 1483. So I'm just down low on fuel and I don't have a fuel scoop because I picked the wrong Type 8 earlier. You know that place, nice. Yeah, it's yeah, I thought it was actually going to be East India Company first. But Imperial Self-Defense Force. But yeah, as you noticed, we're right next to East India Company.
This is flight control.
And a lot of our systems that we control as CEA also have East India Company as an additional faction in them. So we have a agreements in place.
Docking complete. Commence power down. Take note, Commander. The civil war is currently affecting the area. Watch who you side with.
So what we're doing here with LTT 1483 now for background is, oh my gosh, 7 jumps, wow. Technically we could probably scan in a few of these too on the way. They're populated empire. Not sure if you jump to the same ones. But the reason we're going through there is Imperial shielding. So like how military supercapacitors and military grade alloys were a possibility in those high-grade emissions because these two systems we were going in are in war. Systems that are controlled by an Imperial faction can spawn Imperial shielding in their high-grade emissions. And particularly we're going to LTT 1483 because it also has a manufactured material trader. We're gonna check, see if we can get a high-grade emission there, and if not, we can go in and do some material trading and trade hopefully for the stuff some of the stuff you'll need for your frame shift drive engineering. And then the main other thing you're going to need is raw, but that one's a little... To get the real efficient way to fill up on raw is takes that field trip out to like Bernard's Loop. Otherwise, mining and stuff can kind of get you some raws. Or missions. Missions can also give mission rewards for raws. That's a good way to get raw materials, is find missions for what you need on the mission board. But we should have at least to get your FSDs done, get Farseer up to grade 5. Should have the materials you'll need for that at least. For encoded and manufactured. Then we just have to address the raws.
Frame shift drive charging.
But thankfully, it looks like for the FSD engineering, it does not need much for raws. It needs some arsenic, which is grade 2, and manganese, which is grade 2. So that's nothing crazy.
drive charging.
Off to bed after the FSD. Hope you got. I'm gonna recommend him to engineer the distributor. Charge, yeah, yep. So we're just working on getting engineers unlocked and whatnot. So FSD's right now their first engineer, Felicity Farseer. FSD's the helps you get around, immensely helpful, and that's a good way to get her to G5. And then, I think I saw the Dweller. They already had invites from like 3 others. So we just had to get them the stuff for those. Farseer is that generally the first engineer most people do, so that's a good one for this tutorial. And stuff you would need for the frame shift drive, that's a really good first helpful one. Another tutorial that we could do too, if you don't already have it unlocked, Porsche, is going out getting the Guardian FSD booster, which if you have like a grade 5 slot on a ship, it'll give a flat 10 light year boost to any jump range. That's always a really helpful one to have, especially on some ships that have lower jump range. Just a flat 10 in there is great. And that takes going out to Guardian space and you do some stuff that's really cool. I always like the aesthetics of the Guardian ruins. It's like an ancient civilization that no longer exists. The ruins of their thing. They have these like self-aware defense bots that attack you. You got to shoot them down and do some other stuff. It's really cool. It's like space archaeology. It's kind of I like it. I always like the aesthetic out there. I haven't really been out there in a while because I have most of the Guardian stuff unlocked. So that's a fun one as well. It uses the SRV. Stuff like that. So that'd be another good one as well. And that's really helpful to a lot of new players as well. Again, that especially with Distant Worlds 3 coming up too, a lot of people are going to want that Guardian FSD booster in their builds. I'm actually over here with less jump range than they are, because I picked the wrong ship. I think he's slightly ahead of me. It looks like he's in the system I'm jumping to. Up there in LTT 1483, perfect. All right, so yeah, basically same thing you want to do. Drop in, scan that nav beacon, then jump out, see if you can find high-grade emissions.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh man, they're getting scratchy again. Yeah, beacon, I assume. Hopefully teammate Navlock won't break this instance this time. Alright, looks like it's up there.
Flight assist on.
Perfect. Okay, now I'll get the scan on myself. Like 15 seconds, isn't it? All right. All right, I'll see if I see any. Make sure to reselect signal sources if you unselected that filter earlier. Power, we got the power. Oh, yeah, high grade emissions there. So I'll at least have one if you don't end up having one of your own. You should see a wing signal for me. I'm hopefully this time you do. But see if you got one of your own, of course. Looks like they're headed somewhere, so they must have one. And then hopefully that should give Imperial shielding. Although the faction for mine is an independent, so I'm wondering if it's going to give it here. It should say, see up there on the top left, it'll say what faction the high grade is for. So mine's the independent one here, so I don't know if it's going to give something else than Imperial shielding for me. Can't remember if it's still based on the controlling faction, regardless. Okay, yeah, we got Imperial shielding. Okay. Then hopefully you should get Imperial shielding as well.
Programming limpet drum. Cargo scoop deployed. Programming limpet drum.
And this one, this is the one that, since we're an Imperial faction ourselves, this is the one I usually just farm and just cross trade so much, because it's just right where we're already at, you know. So I diagonal trade Imperial shielding so much, even if it's inefficient, just because it's so quick for me to fill up Imperial shielding. Because our faction, as you see, we're this blob of green and orange here. We're all this area. And then of course East India Company is which side were they on of us? Or this side, I think. Where's Kappa? This is like Imperial corporate area, because like at Power Play 1.0, I remember Dent and Patriots just like gave up trying to convince us and EIC to let them leave systems in patronage. This is, yeah, it's like we're here, and then East India Company is like here. Corporate area. And then like, yeah, it's like Patriots, when EIC was still there, like, can you leave us like these ones on these control spheres? And then we came in and Patriots like, well, crap. Like, they're just like, we give up. Business sector. And then for colonization too, since I think earlier you mentioned colonization, we got this whole thing down here, which is, these are our systems, but it's like even crazier. Like all these things that are pink are also just other colonizers that have pulled us around. Almost everything that's pink in this scene is us. So that's our secondary bubble. Dang, you already filled him. You must have a bigger. Maybe your operations control is better than mine. All right, cool. Okay, I'm filled now too. So there should be a station here called Head-In Gateway. So head on into Head-In Gateway, and there'll be a manufactured material trader there, and we could trade for some stuff there for you. And then what that other thing I showed you earlier too could come in handy for is once you leave one of these high grades. So, well, I guess it's not really relevant anymore now that you don't ever need to go to more than one. Just say you can chain them, but what's the point? Now, you used to have to do multiple. So you go out on one and you hope for there is another one right there. Nowadays, it's, I guess, not needed. It's outside the war ones. Like in the war systems, we could have done that left. Popped in here and been like, okay, is there another one without having to fly back to the nav beacon? Because then you get the 50-50 on the war between the two types of things they can drop. But when it's like the Imperial systems with the Imperial shielding or the Federal systems with the military grade, or the core dynamics composites, that there's one that drops from systems in boom or investment. I can't remember which one that was offhand. There's another one that drops from systems in civil unrest, and that's improvised components. And then was it pharmaceutical isolators show in ones with outbreak? I'll have to look at the list later. I'll send you a list, of course, after stream of like which ones correspond with which states and governments. That way, if I'm, you can also know where to go for what you need. Yeah, outbreak was either pharmaceutical isolators or biotech conductors. I can't remember which one. And then there's another one that only spawns in missions.
Approval granted. Set down
Out of the G5s. And when I'm saying G5s, when we get in the material area, you see the whole grid. That's the 5th column. There. So here we got head and gateway.
Landing gear deployed.
And then you want to turn in your limpets too. So after this, we're gonna try to see how many raws, if you have any raw materials as well. 'Cause we might have what we need for you already for the FSD, but we know we at least should have one for grade 1, or at the very least. We can always head over to that Desiat then after this to turn in, sell back your limpets. Same place, you just drag it till it's back to 0 and you sell it. Honestly, I don't know why I bought 369. I was just way more. What the heck? Why did I got merits? Okay, I got more Torval merits for that. I guess because it's not a Torval system, but whatever. Guess we just technically slightly undermined. Not that it matters much on that one. Or was it reinforcement? What was this one? Who owns this one? Oh, Patrius. Yeah. We try not to deliberately undermine Patrius, but sometimes silly stuff like that happens. It's because of how the game works. But that was minuscule amount of things that we just did. Anyways, then contacts again, like at the other station, material trader. I think you're in here now, aren't you? I think I saw you. Yeah. You got Space Swede. That's you, because yeah, was Kappa Fornacus the home system or ESC or no? I know it's Fornacus something, right? It is. Yeah, okay, it is the ESC. Yeah. I think you said earlier you were the vote to pick this system as your guys' home system or something. Yeah, because, well, it was actually interesting when colonization first came out, actually. weren't quite around it. It was a little bit after colonization came out. And this is something that there was a few instances of factions doing this, but there was a hostile faction that had colonized a system. I think it was this one. It was, no, it wasn't that one. Might have been this one. There was a hostile faction that had colonized a system right next to Kappa Pharnakis, and was refusing to budge, and EIC called in various allies, us included, like, get these guys out of here, because it was like, you don't. They're just trying to be rude. All right, yep. Same as before. Material trader. This one just ends up being manufactured. There's the manufactured, then coded, raw material traders for each different places. And for our faction, one of our systems, Kamazats, does have it encoded. That's always a good one. You can remember we always have that system. And what we're gonna need for yours for manufactured is chemical distillery, chemical manipulators, and chemical processors. So this one's end up going to be a little bit of cross trade, just because pharmaceutical isolators, they're a little tougher. I think that's the outbreak. High grade emissions in outbreak. Okay. With greater than 1 million pop. Okay. These ones are a little hard to get because that's kind of a rare. The outbreak doesn't happen terribly often. So you want to get basically these three: chemical processors, distillery, and manipulators, and try to get like 15 of these, and then at least 10 of this one. I think should hopefully be enough for you. Oh, it's buffering. No worries. So either of the things that we gathered are equally able to be exchanged because we're cross trading. So any cross trade is not quite as efficient. So if I was going here, you see I get 3 for every one, but if we're going cross, we only get 2 for every one. So it's not terrible. Not the most optimal, but it's not terrible in this case. So military grade alloys, whichever, you just take from any of those and try to get at least like 15, 20 of these first two, and then try to get like 10 to 15 of the manipulators. And I think that should be good for you. Oh, someone caught a soda can. Oh, Desi caught the soda can. And then after that, I'll want to have you check something, so just let me know. Desi cast another line. I still can't see. It's still behind my ED discovery still. And then, as I mentioned earlier too, there was that ED Odyssey material helper. I know we're kind of doing it manually today, so you don't have this installed yet. But that program there, it just runs on your desktop, reads your journals, and it'll tell you, you put in like, I want to upgrade this thing to this grade, and you put in what you want actually upgraded, and it'll tell you, you need 5 arsenic, you need 3 chemical distilleries, you need 1 pharmaceutical isolate. It just tells you, and then it's like, you have this many, so you need this many more of this, and this, and this. And here's what the best trade will be for that. So it's an amazing program. Highly recommend getting that installed as well. And that'll also help you with telling you, hey, this is the next engineer. You'll need to go here, get this to help unlock them. It's I cannot recommend that program enough. It's very popular in the ED community for a reason. I run it on my laptop, so I can't really show it on screen on this one. Actually, I think I do have a copy of it on this installed yet. Do I? Hold on. No. Oh, yes, the material help was on. Okay. I normally don't run it on my make. I usually just have my laptop on the side and it accesses the files over a network share. But I think I can probably show this off on stream. But the thing to check once you're continue. It's updating real quick. It keeps alt-tabbing me out of the game while it does that. Other thing I wanted you to check. Go over here to here. Filter for element. Just element. And then see if you have how many, if any, arsenic. And then manganese and phosphorus. And I'll type that in the chat real quick. See if you just happen to have any of those. Those are the only raws you'll need. And you might have come across them randomly in your past when you played back in 2017 already. And phosphorus 2 minutes. You need some arsenic. You might need a little more manganese. So that shouldn't be too hard for you to come across off stream or whatever, whenever you're up for it. Mission boards. What you can do for that, basically, you come in the mission board like this, which is maybe it's different in 2017. So mission board, and then you can click all, and then look for materials, and you'll see these. They have the nut symbol, and so that means this is engineering materials, so like conductive components. That's a material that if you went in the list, you could actually see you could trade for right now. It's a manufactured material, and you just look for anything that give those materials or the raw materials that are higher than them. And I'll have to look at the grid in a moment. So there's none here at the moment. To use as an example. But also, if you go back in materials and you filter for that raw and now filter for grade 3 and grade 4, if you have any of those, you might be able to trade down in a raw material trader, kind of like we were doing already with the encoded and the manufactured. So like something like that, technetium, you can trade that down for arsenic, say, or whatever. So that could also be an option for you if you do have any that are of the 4 or the 3. That's also an option for you. For now, let's see if we can get back to don't have any 3 or 4s. Okay. But yeah, keep a lookout for those missions. Because you don't need much arsenic. And let me see which grade this is. You had how much phosphorus? Okay, you're good on that. Okay. We should hopefully be able to get you to G3 at least on the engineering for your FSD. The manganese and the arsenic are for grades 4 and 5, it looks like. So you should be able to at least get G3, which will be a decent upgrade for that frame shift drive. So let's see if we can get back over to Desiat for you and see what hopefully we got everything. Best as I could have predicted without seeing your screen. Hopefully I got it all.
Landing restraints retracted. You may proceed when ready.
Retracted.
Hopefully I didn't miss any trades earlier. I think I hopefully got everything you need for the first 3 tiers. Hey, Stingerman0707, welcome to the Storm Chaser crew. And thank you for the follow. Always much appreciated.
Predetermined flight path. Imperial flight flight operations bureau. Now
Forward Agent Kaz, 0707. Yep, howdy, Stinger Man. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving if you're in the land that Thanksgiving is today, or just having a good day in general.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's right. I was going to show off ED Engineer. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Weird on my main computer for some reason. There we are. Okay. Now it's where I was. Okay, let's get a window transfer in. Window camp, sure. ED Odyssey Materials Helper. There we go. So yeah, this is what ED Odyssey Materials Helper looks like. So for example, if I went in there and I was like, okay, I want to see, I don't want to do a G5 frameshift drive. I'd come over here under core internals. I find frameshift drive and I want increased FSD range. And then I'd be like, okay, 5, grade 5, add to wish list, add that there and see as it says. Is it only showing those 3? That doesn't seem right. You're showing me everything, right? We had to add there, and then it says what we need. This one is showing different than my laptop, though. I might not have configured this on this computer, unfortunately. Yeah, why is that not showing me everything? Let's see here. If I don't have something, let me just go over here. Most important part is it will always basically just always show. Oh, I did add just this grade. That's what I did wrong before. Sorry, I'm dumb. My brain's fried. So I'd go in there. Core internals, frameshift drive, increased FSD range. Add all grades. There we go. Now it's okay. Now it's what I expected. I was just being dumb. Sorry about that. Sure, if you had any questions in here. And so it'll show everything that you have. You can always hide completed that if you want to always look at the things. For right now, I have everything to do a G5 FSD already. But say I wanted to do a bunch of other stuff. Let's find something that I can't do. Add all that. Oh, I have everything for that apparently. Want to do a cannon. Another cannon. There we go. See, now I don't have enough selenium to do 2 G5 cannons and a beam laser and a FSD. It says I need 4 more selenium. And so I hover over that. I'm like, okay, cool. What's it suggested? It's like, okay, the closest raw material trader to you is Hello Grind Gateway and blah, 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 blah. 295. Oh, sorry. That's a good thing too. I didn't catch before. I had it selected to my wrong commander, so it thinks I'm in Lagoon Nebula. Just add some more examples here. Blah, blah. Okay, see, there we go. Tungsten, need tungsten. Nearest trader is Lavichin Terminal, Lactinakaya, 34 light years away. Tells me the best trade for me is to receive 3 tungsten by trading 1 tellurium. Right? And so that's what this is really good at. It tells you exactly what you need. And you're like, well, I want the experimental effect angled plating on there. So you add that, and it tells you what you need for that. And you can add your whole ship. And there's like the website edzy.org. You can build a ship on there too. So for example, their build link of the ship we're actually in. That pulls up in this other window I have here. Another window popped up. Get another window capture here. Let me show this window. No, I don't know why. Capture Firefox real quick. And let me also pop into lead again and make sure you're not asking me a question. Not a website that does it, unfortunately. Edzy is a website, but the app is just a desktop app, fortunately. At least I don't think there's a site. If anyone in chat does know if there's like a web version of EDOMH, that'd actually be really cool. But I don't think there is, because it has to read for it to work. It has to be able to read your local files. Let me get capture my windows. I'm going to capture my Firefox now. So you got Edzy, and this is a build I'm currently in, and I could be like, okay, operations, export, and I just has EDOMH button right there, and you just go like that, and you open the link, comes over to EDOMH, Firefox anymore, and you see it just automatically populate everything I need to rebuild this entire ship, and then it tells you what's the fastest route once you have all of them unlocked. Of which ones you have unlocked, that is. So that's how that all works. Kind of a base level overview, high level overview.
Frameshift drive charging.
But that's very helpful, especially when you're engineering. It's you can go, instead of having to be like go to each engineer. Oh no, I need to get there, and then like, oh, I don't have enough for this, and go to an engineer trader and back. You can just be like, okay, what do I need? Get that all before I even start going to the engineers. Which is so immensely helpful when you're engineering a whole ship. Ads, not now. It's done with. He jumps was it to SCHs? Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, since it does rely on reading your local journal files, which are in your C users, whatever your username is, saved games, frontier developments, I think it's what it is. We can have fun with another window capture then. All the window captures. Yeah, because it's these files here: Caesars, Neve, save games, frontier developments, elite, and so you have these journal files that are saved that the game makes, and that's what it all reads from to know how much how many materials you have and all that stuff. There's like, I played this game quite a bit. I have 8,523 of these dang things. Oh, it's so absurd. I have my files going all the way back into late 2018 there.
System scan complete.
Oh geez, we have a system called CG. Like CG. Fancy CG. Where the system chat will be. And I think I'm slightly behind you, hopefully. But when you get there, I mean, you already know how to get to Farseer. I know that. And let me... I know your ship is on the squad carrier. Your other ship as well. In case you want to do both. That over there for you. Come on, map. It completely froze up there. That was really weird. Try that again. Like the animation was even frozen. Nope, don't. I hate that bug. It's gonna be somewhere in Desiat. I would have liked to jump into a specific body, but it decided that's not allowed. Sometimes it just does that. I don't know why. You could technically cancel it and then wait 2 minutes and do it again, but it's not that big of a deal. It's in the same place. But yeah. Once you're there, then hopefully, assuming I'm not an idiot, which is a huge assumption, you should be able to do Gen 1, Gen 3 on for increased FSD on the frameshift drive. Assuming I'm not in some material that you should have traded. There's a big... So I'm kind of going in and doing this like half blind. Like what technically you should need. I just don't remember how many rolls you needed for each grade. So I kind of assumed 5 each. Hopefully that's enough. But there are the material traders right near Desiat as well that you can find on an R just in case I didn't. 6A, I think, yeah, that's I think what you had installed on your frameshift drive, right, already? It's just whatever frameshift drive was already in there on this Stellar. I think 6 is what the Corsair uses, so that makes sense. That'd show you 6A. The frameshift drive on the Corsair should be 5A. Condo would be 6A. That's what we're talking about, but the Corsair should be a 5A frameshift drive in there. Pop over there now. I'm almost there. Where did I even leave the cargo rack for this ship? That's weird. Oh yeah, it was in Winter and Diaguandri. Okay. I just put any old cargo rack back on. Alright, let's drop on in there. And I'm not an open, so I don't have to try to sneak in silent running like I do. I come here because people do like to regularly camp above. Yeah, 5A, yep. Let's say if it says 6A, that might have been a different part. What that would have been, though. Yeah, 5A. Should say frameshift drive. Is this in deck 6A? Oh, which planet it was on. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I totally didn't miss that.
Orbital flight engaged.
Oh. My stream is struggling. Stream struggling for anyone else? Let me check on my end. My internet's fine. It might be my cloud relay is doing something then. This is actually saying unstable on the Twitch end. That's kind of weird.
Nikon Kilo Bravo Romeo commencing automated flight control. Please observe docking protocols.
That's interesting. So I actually use an OBS, cloud OBS relay. But it is actually dropping frames between that and Twitch. So that is. Should not be doing that. See if I can get. Stream's almost over, so it's weird, but it should not be doing that. All right. Let's see if anyone can let me know if this is any better. Yeah, hopefully. I'm working with my tech support, everyone, right now. Yep, okay. So hopefully they can stabilize this. Alright, I'm gonna try to land here in any case.
Docking permission denied.
Wait, now is it a black screen? What is it? Oh. Oh, is down detector doing stuff? Okay.
All right, Apex pilot, have fun with this. Apex driver's like, what the hell did you just get me into? What did you call me into? I should have known. Someone calling me in next to the Mafia's main place of business, main military installation. Can you do it? Can you do it? I can see how much hold they have. 42, 22. Come on, you can do it. You're gonna blow me up, aren't you? You are a horrible. I need a refund. I need to speak with your manager.
Entering pressurized environment.
Why did that pop into starting soon? Okay, I don't know if this is at all any better. If not, in any case, we're about to raid out anyways. We did get in the mess. Borsch did get the G3 done. It does look like. So we got that. Otherwise, we're going to go see who's live, see who we can raid out to. Looks like there might be some sort of like internet issues or something. It's my host's end with the relay. Seems to have something major is going on. But it's about that time we raid out anyways. So let's go. We're going to see if we can get a raid over to Oz Halloran. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that Twitch dropped and not my YouTube dropped. So I don't know what's going on. But the YouTube was also going slow. So there's something also really weird. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to raid over Oz Halloran. Raid message in chat there. And thank you everyone for coming on by. If you're still here after that mess, much appreciated. That's the first time in months that something like that. But my relay is usually super stable, so it has to be something with the internet. And I think, as Borsch said, there's some spikes, maybe Cloudflare incidents. So I don't know. My internet's been fine. Fact that it was actually listed as unstable on Twitch means it's something between my relay and Twitch. So I'll have to work my tech support on that, see if they can narrow that down. Otherwise, we're going to say hi to Oz Halloran, another wonderful Elite Dangerous streamer. And I'll be live again this same time tomorrow. Thank you for coming on by, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Hit the right now button. There we are.